Hey, Itay.
Hello.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Well, we're here and we just wanted to hear your story of where you were on October 7th, how you survived, and tell others.
So, as you know, in October 7th, I found myself in the Nova party in Reim. It was one of the biggest events that me and my friends went to together, so it was a big excitement around it. We came to the site around 1 a.m. We started to dance all together, but mainly me and three of my best friends, Itay, Daniel, and Yarden. We were all together, and in 6:29, it was the first time that we started to notice that something is wrong on the skies. We saw some rockets.
You saw the rockets. Did you see the parachuters?
No. After a few minutes, the producers took the mic and tell that the party should be over and there is like a situation going on, and everyone go to the cars and go back to your places. I remember four of us sitting in 6:35, 6:30 and smoking a cigarette, just because of not even understanding what's going on. I went to our other friends, Lior and Evgeny, to tell them that we're not going back with them and we're going back to Tel Aviv so they can go straight to Beersheba. A second before we came into the car, the sirens went on, and in the south, it's not sirens like in Tel Aviv, it's alarm that calls Tseva Adom, Tseva Adom.
Red alert.
Yeah. So the girl that's supposed to drive, she got into a panic attack. We told her that everything will be fine, and I got into the car instead of her. Hundreds of cars trying to get out the festival.
In traffic.
In traffic. We drove something about 10 or 15 kilometers per hour when we first started to hear some shooting around us. A few minutes later, I noticed that the shooting got massive and the people in front of us are starting to run from the way outside the festival.
From the cars. And
yeah.
Just into the fields.
Yeah. We took ourselves out and started to run towards the festival area. I realized that three of us are getting ahead, but the two girls are still in the side of the car because the girl that had the panic attack can't move. He saw me going to her and he screamed at her that I'll be with them and she will be fine. And that's when my way splitted with Yarden and Daniel's way. It's actually the last time that I saw them. We were hiding in different places, but not so far from each other. I see in my eye far away that something is happening, but I don't even realize what's going on. Massive shooting from everywhere. Bullets are flying in the air, and you hear it. It's like right here. Suddenly, I was with like 20 more people trying to run, and every time we go a lot more than from the festival area. In one point, we just stopped in a place that we thought would be safe. It was something about 300 meters from the festival area. We were there for around 3 hours. My last connection with Daniel and Yarden was in 9:30. I was the last person that actually spoke with them. I thought they were in the same situation as me, like they're in a different place, but still hiding like me and waiting for the situation to be over. They told me that they're hiding in a big yellow trash bins. Until 12 p.m., we were hiding 30, 40 people in like a small bush. My dad asked me to text him every 15 minutes. I shared with him my live location that he can follow me, trying to realize if it's safe to come and get me. But he has no weapon, so we decided to stay. We saw some Arab figures coming toward us and starting to scream at us.
They weren't armed.
They weren't armed. They saw us, that we were a big group and everyone took something to their hands, so they decided not to come to us. But 30 minutes later, I noticed two figures 300 meters from us. They are fully geared by a Hamas uniforms. One of them just shot towards us an RPG rocket. Lucky of us, it was exploding 1 meter ahead of us, so no one got hurt. But after all the dust went away and they noticed that we started to run, they started to run after us. It was a hill behind us, so we had to go up the hill and imagine 30 people just running on the hill. It's like duck range for them. I remember the bullets just crossing my legs, and for sure the scariest situation that I had to deal in my life. And they shooting on you with their AK-47s. You're just waiting for them to hit your back. That's the situation. I ran without even looking back for a few hundred meters, and then suddenly I saw in my eye 2 police officers. In that point, we already hear that some of the Hamas terrorists were dressed like our power. So I screamed that I'm Itay, I'm from Holon. They said that their names and the place they came from.
So they were speaking Hebrew?
Yeah, they were speaking Hebrew. I understand that they're our soldiers. They screamed at us to come with them. They took me, and I saw on the side of the roads like tons of burned cars, bodies all over. I remember that I had one last percent of battery in my phone. I called my dad to tell him that I'm with some IDF soldiers. It was the first relief for me that everything is going to be fine. They decided to take us to Ofakim, and that was the biggest police station nearby, but Ofakim there were still terrorists as well. On the way to Ofakim, the police officers asked us not to look by the sides because on the way there were dozens of dead bodies. When I came there, the only thing that I thought about it is how can I help Daniel and Yarden. I can't even imagine what was going on in my house and what was going on with my family. But I came back home, not even understanding the situation that I was been through. All of my friends came to my parents' house, and we started to work on how can we find Daniel and Yarden. We did our best to put their faces all over and to try to find some clues what's going on with them. On Tuesday, we got the message that Yarden's body found and he got murdered. Daniel and him were together all the time, so we started to realize that maybe he wouldn't survive as well. In Friday morning, we got the worst message that Daniel's body found as well. For me, it was like the worst scenario that I can imagine. We were not like friends; we were like brothers. Someone took half of me. I was diagnosed a few months later with active PTSD, and there's the life before October 7th and the life after, and it would never be the same. We're sitting here 6 months later, but it feels like it was yesterday. We lived together in that place right here. We renewed our contract in October 1st, just a couple days before, for a year. Next week, we will gather all the friends and family of Daniel, and we will celebrate his 26th birthday that was in the beginning of April. Just because we know that this is the thing that he wanted to us to do. He would never want us.
Keep dancing.
Yeah, exactly. He would never want us to stop our life because of him. For me, it's the mission of life right now. Like whenever I feel sad, I just think about him.
I could tell when we first met, like the kindred spirit that you have, and just how you went back to help this girl who was having her panic attack. You know, your huge heart and kindness towards her, that saved you. Because if you had found yourself in the same place as Daniel and Yarden, you also probably wouldn't be here today.
The first thing that I get up on my mind is my grandfather, a Holocaust survivor. His father got killed by the Nazis. Because of things that he's been through and because of things that I've been through, we can't lose, we can't leave this place. The fact that I'm still here and I'm still working and going out and living my life is just because of the help of your organization. And I will cherish it to my end of my life, and I will always remember it. A family.
And I have a little brother.
Yes, Hamas succeeded in completely breaking our hearts, but they have not broken our spirit. And Am Yisrael, we will keep
Am
it.
Yisrael Chai.